Stammering Voices, our choir that got 4 yeses, a standing ovation from the judges and the audience on Britain's Got Talent. Let's take a look. So I'm going to go back to October 2024. Now, there was a post on Instagram that I replied to, put on there by Graeme Pickering. Graeme Pickering, who is a creator, he's a consultant in the entertainment industry, he's an author, he's an absolute stammering champion and a whirlwind of an amazing guy. And without him, none of this could have happened. So his idea was to get a group of people, there were 20 of us, in a room to rehearse from all parts of the country, ages over 60 to as young as 10, and bring us all together to promote stammering through a choir. What is a stammer? Now, a stammer is a disorder that interrupts the fluency of speech patterns and makes people disfluent. Now, this isn't just a kind of simple term. I mean, the spectrum of having a stammer is quite broad. There are people who are fluent, people who are mid-fluency, people who are not fluent at all. And this all comes under a banner of having a stammer. Now, there isn't a good stammer or a bad stammer. It's all just how we're able to talk and how fluent that we are. There are 81 million people approximately who stammer across the world and making this a massive audience. Now, from my perspective, I don't believe that their visibility on stammering, particularly in the media, is highlighted enough. So this was a really good opportunity to work with somebody like Graeme to bring this out into the public eye through the medium of having a choir. And what better way to go on to a talent show like Britain's Got Talent. October, November time last year, we had many WhatsApp calls and Graeme brought together a group of strangers of 20 people. Choir in January this year. For the first time, we'd never met any of each other before. On this day, it was an absolute windswept wet day. A group of 20 people who have a stammer all met together. A really important point to note about people who have a stammer, and I'm going to speak from my own experience. I can't speak for 20 other people. So one of my fears, or one of my uncomfort zones, if you like, is meeting new people for the very first time, particularly in a big room. So a lot of people who stammer feel uncomfortable in these situations because, one, they think they're going to be judged for how they talk and on experiences, and there is a stigma still attached to having a stammer. This is a big thing, and a big thing for the vast majority of people within the choir that met. A special mention to the younger members of the group, teenagers all the way down to 10. Now, I wish I could be as brave as those guys at 10 years old, 13 years old, absolutely inspired by them, and what an amazing, brave thing to do. Families that came to support us as well, particularly the younger members of the group. So the rehearsals began. We spent 6 hours in a room all learning a song together. The song that we learnt was Katy Perry's Raw, which I think was an absolute impeccable choice by Graeme. Now, the next part of this is, even though we were together and the aim was to go on to Britain's Got Talent, that wasn't assured on that day. Now, this is because we need to be deemed to be able as a group to go on and audition. So not only did we have to finish singing, we then probably spent about half an hour as a group coming together, standing there, arranged as a group and actually singing this thing, sending a video to the editors of Britain's Got Talent to give us the final yes. Blackpool, so about 3 days after the audition, again, we'd never met and we sang together for the first time, we were thrust into Blackpool to do the audition. There were segments that some of us had to do, quite long pieces where we had to talk about having a stammer, and those people that did that, some of the children as well, were absolutely phenomenal. Really proud of what they did and the content that they got, and the passion and the way they were talking about stammering was absolutely amazing. There was a nervous excitement just to be on and perform in front of the judges. Some of the children were really excited and they got to meet some of the judges. So they got to meet Simon, they got to meet Alesha, they got to meet Amanda and Bruno. So after about 6 or 7 hours, it was about our time to stand in the section ready to go on and sing in front of a live audience and of course the judges. In the auditorium there were about 3,000 people along with the judges. This is an absolute joy and a pleasure for me to be part of this group, just to see the bravery of so many different people who are brought so much out of their comfort zone. This is not what they typically do. This is not what their typical day consists of, having to travel from all over the country to put themselves in a situation that naturally, I can only speak for me again, that you'd probably shy away from, but to come together as a group for a cause that we all believe in, for a cause that we want to promote, and a cause that we all, I believe, think is bigger than ourselves. So our time came, we went on to that bit that you see just before. Ant and Dec were there. A lot of the younger ones were sort of amazed to meet Ant and Dec, and then our time came. So we walk onto the stage. The moment was an absolute blur. It was an absolute pleasure and a joy to be there with these amazing group of people, and the audition went just so quickly. Didn't really have time to appreciate it, but however, at the end, the feeling and the joy of having 3,000 people stand up and clap, and also the judges as well, they all stood up and clapped, and we got 4 yeses. Unfortunately, despite getting the yeses and a standing ovation from both the judges and from the audience, you do not automatically get to appear on Britain's Got Talent into the next rounds. And sadly for us, we didn't get through to the finals, and we didn't get through to the semi-finals. As much as we are disappointed about this, and it would have been amazing personally from that perspective to have an experience, the most important part for us would have been to be able to promote Stammer to the British public and to the world, and give an opportunity for us to show the talented people that there are in the world of stammering. I can only speak from my perspective, but Stammering Voices for me has become our little family. As much as we don't talk all of the time, we are a group of people that totally understand each other. We have a shared experience of not only Britain's Got Talent, but a shared experience of life. I think one of the things that we wanted to do, and I can only speak for myself, is primarily to promote people who have a stammer, and to really highlight this. In a business of entertainment, I feel that it's not represented correctly. It's not represented in the right way. There isn't enough representation, and to show the diverse skills, all walks of life, it impacts everybody, young and old, no matter what you do in society. It was a privilege from my perspective to be involved with such a talented group of people, the younger members of the group, just to watch those with their bravery, to watch those with their determination, to be scared of something but stand up to their fears, is all inspiring to me at 42, and I wish I could be as brave as those even now. To everybody else, to watch them do what they do, there are a couple of singers in the group who were just a joy to listen to. They are talented people, and you know, I'll put links to their work, and I'll put links to their sites, and I really recommend that you check them out. The other members of the group, their life experiences, the energy that they brought to the group, the stability, you know, absolutely just amazing people. And to Graeme, who just an utter joy. His attitude towards people who have a stammer, his drive to promote his cause, just the talent, the patience. You know, I just can't imagine how difficult and how emotional at times it probably was for him, not only to get everything involved and the planning involved, but to have an idea in his mind, to put it together and get it on stage, and people loved it. And you know, just absolutely what an amazing achievement for him, and he deserves all the credit in the world. And on that note, what I'm going to ask you to do is like the video, check out the description of all the links that I put in there. Please push this video out to as many people as you can. This is about trying to promote stammering, trying to get that out there to the masses. If you have a comment, if you are inquisitive about any of the topics that we've mentioned, please comment. Please feel free to let me know any questions that you have, what you think, any questions for the rest of the choir. I can push that out to them, and let's get stammering the #1 talking point of 2025 and help me get it out there. And thank you, and of course, see you on the next one. Take care.